The real PCB cost is not only the PCB fabrication cost. Designers only understand after the delay, after the respin, after the delivery schedule has been slipped, and then 2 weeks job became 5 weeks job.
And then the one problem is leading to the another. And the cost is not only the cost of the board. Engineer's time is lost.
Board having the price of only a few thousand rupees, but the real cost is the engineering hours, the time delay, and everything get pushed to the timeline.
The real cost of the board is not into the invoice. Hello everyone, welcome to PCB Power Podcast. I am Khushal Panchal, Director and CEO at PCB Power, and today I have with me Director and CEO of our engineering unit, Mr. Sapan Chokshi, someone who thinks about PCB design more than most of the people thinks about anything else. Welcome, Sapan.
Thanks, Khushal. The way you put that, it looks like I need help.
Yeah, maybe. But I think we keep on discussing this kind of the topics internally, and I believe our customers should also hear to it. So when we talk about PCB fabrication cost, like normally people understand that it is the only cost, but actually it is the only part of the story.
Right. Honestly, it is a very small part. The real PCB cost is not only the PCB fabrication cost, but the real delay. It designers only understand after the delay, after the respin, after the delivery schedule has been slipped.
So Sapan, like most of the time when you get a new design, like how do you look at it? Like how what are the things you check first, and how you define immediately that either this job is going to be the smooth one or the complicated one?
Honestly, every time the design is not having the problem all the time, but there are small things like the track width is at the edge of our process capability, wire drill size looks okay, but during the drilling it will create the problem. Annular ring is also within the specs, but they left the zero margin, so all individual things seems to be okay, but together on the board it will create problem.
And then the one problem is leading to the another.
Exactly. And then what happened? We go back to the customer, then they do redesign, they resubmit the files, and then 2 weeks job become 5 weeks job.
So Sapan, like if you have to like define top three design decisions, like which is impacting the most in the problems, like so if you have to name two or three, like can you explain? Yeah.
Yeah, first I would rate is the layer stack-up.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the time designer only think about the electrical connection. They don't consider the manufacturability. And if the design contains the impedance stack-up, then they have to consider the stack-up very thoroughly. If it is not thought through, definitely the problem would arise.
Yeah. And this is the problem we see in most of the multi-layer boards.
Yeah, it's very common. The second one is the DRC versus DFM. DRC tells you the design is okay, and DFM tells you the design is practical to manufacture. If it is like designer is only just passing the DRC and they think that their job is done, that is not the case.
And the third one?
Third one is the thermal management, component placement. So high heat component placed during the same area, so they look perfectly okay in the schematic, but during the assembly or the soldering process, it will become problematic.
Yeah. So actually the problem what we see at the assembly stage about the thermal, that problem actually has been started long back.
It started weeks earlier at the time of designing, and no one has budgeted for that.
Yeah. Let's now talk about like respins, like how frequently you see the respins in the designs.
It is more than it should be. So most of the time, like they have not checked the things at the time of designing. Say if they have not considered all these aspects, then the respin will definitely occur. And then what happened? We have to go back to the customer. They will redesign, resubmit the files.
And the cost is not only the cost of the board. Engineer's time is lost actually, and the delays happened, and many of the time project windows has been like missed.
Correct. So basically the board contains only board having the price of only a few thousand rupees, but the real cost is the engineering hours, the time delay, and everything get pushed to the timeline.
And suppose like if I ask you, like you are getting many of the times good designs also which are going first time right. So what do you think like those designers are doing what differently in that designs?
It's a preparation, simple as that. So basically, even the preparation doesn't contain the talking to us even. Like on our portal we have everything available: layer stack up, impedance stack ups, DFM checklist, design guidelines, our capability, everything is available on our portal, and customer can refer all these details at their own convenient time before submitting the files.
And that is exactly why I think we have kept all these resources, so that our customers can use those resources, and they need not to wait for us to capture the problems, but they can take care of all these things before they submit design to us.
Exactly, and more they refer all these details upfront, the design will definitely a very smoother. And it is like, it is not about the following the rules blindly, but it is about the understanding why they are there for.
Yes, yes. So for like customer NPI customers who are working on the new designs and so on, like what exactly we are working on right now?
So basically, we are building the tool which will bridge the gap between DRC and DFM. So it will not only tell designer to pass the fail or that job, and even before reaching those files to the engineering department, it will tell that actual actionable guidance, means what to fix, why to fix, where to look.
So with help of this, maybe the customers can catch the problems early, less back and forth, and more confidence to getting into the production.
Right. So before they catch the problem, it is very cheaper to fix. It's a simple logic. Precaution is better than cure.
The real cost of the board is not into the invoice, but the cost is into the respins, the delays, and the loss of the time. And the way to go ahead is only the right thinking at the right stage.
100%. And that's why we build all the resources. And that's why they are there for.
Thank you, Sapan. This was really a very good conversation. Thank you, everyone, for listening to us. If you want to go through our DFM checklist, our layer stack up references, PCB guidelines, kind of the resources, everything is available on pcbpower.com. See you in the next episode. This is PCB Power. Stay tuned.